Hi, I'm Susan Linn, and this is Audrey Duck.
Susan, what are we doing here?
Audrey, we're at a TED event.
Ted Kennedy?
No.
Ted Danson?
No.
Ted Bundy?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with TED. It's about ideas worth spreading.
Like strawberry jam?
Well, kind of.
Cherry preserves?
Well, kind of.
What about margarine?
Margarine?
Fake ideas easily spread.
Actually, see, it's a TEDx conference.
Sex? Now that's an idea worth spreading. So I've heard. I wouldn't know.
Audrey, actually, we're here to talk about play, and I need you not to sort of digress the way you're digressing. I need you to focus.
Focus?
Yes, because we only have 12 minutes.
12 minutes? Are you kidding me? We're talking about creative play?
Yes.
In 12 minutes?
That's right.
Papers have been written about creative play. Books have been written. Tomes have been written. You mean we only have 12 minutes?
Yes, and you're wasting a lot of precious seconds here.
Well, how are we going to do it?
Well, I thought that we could talk about why creative play is so important.
Well, one reason is because I wouldn't be here without it.
Well, that's certainly true.
That matters to me a lot.
Well, yes, Audrey, you are my favorite kind of play.
Thank you. And you're my favorite kind of play, too.
I'm your only kind of play. But one of the reasons that play is so important is that it's in play, and maybe only in play, that we can really, truly be ourselves.
D.W. Winnicott said that.
That's right.
Because I didn't want people to think you were plagiarizing.
D.W. Winnicott said that.
And what does it mean?
I think that when we play, we tell the truth.
We tell the truth?
Mm-hmm.
When we play? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, 12 minutes? Are you kidding me? What are they thinking of? You mean like that?
Yeah, I guess. Like that. And,
Just like that?
yes. And children's creative play is a window into their hearts and minds. It's an incredible gift to them, and it's a gift to us as well. And each child's play is like fingerprints. No child's play is like another child's play if they're really given the opportunity to play creatively.
I don't like to talk about fingerprints.
Why not?
I don't have any. So what do you mean, each child's play?
Well, do you think about the work that you and I have done with children at Boston Children's Hospital all those years ago, or at the Children's AIDS program? So remember, we had a dog puppet. You were there. I had you, and the children had puppets, and they had a dog puppet.
A dog puppet?
Mm-hmm.
And what about the dog puppet?
Well, the dog puppet was always different. Like, remember the little boy who told you to open wide? He'd just gotten back from the dentist. Or what about the children who always did operations on your chest?
They were about to have heart surgery.
Mm-hmm. What about the little girl who said, "My heart is Jewish, but the rest of my body is Christmas"?
We know a lot about her family, don't we?
Yes, we do. And what about the little girl who made the dog want to cut you up into 1,000,000 pieces and serve you to the doctors?
That was awful for me.
Well, she had been in the hospital for a year, and that's what it felt like to her.
I remember that.
And remember when lots of times they would be, the dog would be a parent.
Like the mom who kissed me goodbye at daycare and told me not to cry.
Mm-hmm. And what about the child with a different experience of mother who watched implacably while you drowned?
I remember that too.
Children's play is an incredible gift to them and to us. Children are born with an innate capacity to play, and yet as a society, we seem to be doing everything we possibly can to prevent them from playing.
We don't want them to play.
Well, I think a lot of people here want them to play. But we seem to be doing things that actually keep children from playing. And we can talk about play is being drummed out of schools. We can talk about the fact that kids, earlier, what Cheryl was talking about, kids don't go outdoors anymore. But I think that the biggest threat to children's creative play is commercialism, the commercialization of childhood.
I knew we were going to get to that at some point. We always do. Haven't you fixed it yet?
It takes time.
We don't have much time, 6 minutes.
Right.
And 18 seconds. I better talk fast. Well, how does commercialism stop children from playing?
Children play less creatively with media-linked toys, and yet the best-selling toys, the toys that are sold daily on television programs, the toys that the toy industry promotes the most, are toys linked to media characters and also those embedded with computer chips. And what do children really need to play?
Batteries.
They need time, space, silence, and inspiration. They need to be able to act instead of react.
I still don't understand how it works with commercialism.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
Hey, a competitor.
Okay, now you didn't think you could go to a presentation on play and not have to participate, right? Play is interactive, it's active. So I want you to look at what's on the screen. It's a sock puppet. And I want you to write down 3 things. What is it? What's its name? And what does it say? Now don't say it's a sock puppet.
It is a sock puppet. They're telling the truth.
What does it represent?
It represents a sock puppet. Come on.
Okay. Now we got to move quickly.
5 minutes.
All right. So what I want you to do is, what is it? Just say, what is it? We don't have any agreement here. What's its name? What does it say? We can't agree because the meaning of the puppet, the true meaning of this puppet resides in us, right? It doesn't reside in the puppet. The best toys are 90% child and only 10% toy. Let's go to the next puppet.
Screen hog. That got her out of there.
Okay, now if we did the same exercise with this puppet, what would you say it was? Probably most of you would say it was a horse, a mule, a donkey. It would be really hard to make it into an elephant.
It's not an elephant.
But still, if I asked you the horse's name, and if I asked you what it said, it would be different. Because we know it's a horse, but aside from saying neigh, we don't know what it's going to say. We don't even know if it's a boy, if it's a girl, or anything like that. So it does narrow our creative options a little bit, but there's still lots of scope for imagination. Let's go to the next puppet. Okay, who is it? What is it? What is it? What's its name? What does it say? Does anybody here think it's an elephant or a dragon or?
That's how it works.
It narrows our options because these characters reside on the screen, the children already know them. You can play creatively with media-linked toys, but the problem is that today children see these characters on television over and over and over and over and over again. They see them on MP3 players. They see them in the back seat of their parents' cars. They see them on DVDs. They see them on cell phones. They see them constantly. And so what ends up happening with their play is that it's imitation. And then if this puppet was embedded with a computer chip and all a child had to do was push a button, and the toys would do backflips, and they'd sing and they'd dance, and they'd entertain, and they'd chirp and they'd beep all on their own, it would have virtually no creative value to a child. And so preschool teachers around the country are saying that kids are coming into preschool without knowing how to play creatively. When I was at the Children's Aid Program, I had a little boy walked into my office and looked at a stuffed animal and said, "What does it do?" Recently, when I've had Audrey out with children, they've started looking for the button that I'm pushing to make her talk.
There's no button?
No. No, there's no button. Creative play is the foundation of creativity, of problem solving, it's how children learn cooperation, it's how they learn how to self-regulate, it's how they learn self-control, it's how they learn to separate themselves and who they are individually from the rest of the world. It's how they wrestle with life to make it meaningful, and yet we seem to be doing everything we can to prevent them from playing. And speaking of preventing play, Audrey, it's about time for us to go.
No, I'm not ready to go.
No, Audrey, really, it's time for us to go. We've said our piece. There's more to come, and it's time for you to say goodbye.
But I have more to say about creative play.
I know, but Audrey, it really is. It's time for us to go. I'm going to take you out.
But Susan, I'm not done yet. Wait, don't. No, I'm not done. No, wait a minute. No, wait, help. No, I'm not done. No.